Have you ever walked into a room and felt it instantly? The silence, the looks, the energy shift, no argument, no drama, no mistake you can point to. Yet somehow, they don't like you. And the most confusing part? You can't figure out what you did wrong. So let me ask you something uncomfortable, but important. What if the reason people hate you has nothing to do with you at all? 1. The human brain needs an enemy. Humans are wired to categorize people quickly. Friend or threat, us or them. This isn't a moral flaw, it's survival psychology. When someone can't understand you, predict you, or easily place you into a box, the brain gets uneasy, and uneasiness often turns into irritation or dislike. If you're calm in chaos, if you don't overshare, if you don't follow the emotional script others expect, your presence alone can make people uncomfortable. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're not behaving the way they're used to. 2. You mirror what they're avoiding. Here's a brutal truth most people never realize. Sometimes people dislike you because you reflect something they don't want to face. Your discipline reminds them of their laziness. Your boundaries highlight their people-pleasing. Your emotional stability exposes their inner chaos. You don't even have to say a word. Psychologists call this projection, when people assign their own insecurities to someone else because it's easier than dealing with them internally. So instead of asking, why do I feel insecure around this person? Their mind jumps to, I don't like them. 3. You don't seek validation, and that threatens people. Many social environments run on unspoken rules. Laugh at this. Agree with that. React the right way. When you don't chase approval, when you're neutral, quiet, or emotionally self-contained, it breaks the social contract. People subconsciously think, why aren't they trying to impress me? Why don't they need my validation? Do they think they're better than me? And the answer is usually no. But insecurity doesn't care about facts. Independence often gets mistaken for arrogance by people who rely heavily on external approval. 4. You're emotionally hard to read. Some people wear their emotions on their face. Others don't. If you're reserved, introspective, or private, people may fill the gaps with assumptions. They're cold. They're judging. They think they're superior. In reality, you might just be thoughtful, or tired, or introverted. But the brain hates uncertainty, so it creates a story, and rarely a flattering one. The quieter you are, the louder people's assumptions become. 5. You trigger the tall poppy effect. In psychology, there's something called the tall poppy syndrome. When one person stands out through confidence, competence, or authenticity, others feel an unconscious urge to cut them down, not because you harm them, but because your presence disrupts the emotional balance. If you set higher standards, refuse to gossip, don't complain like everyone else, you're unintentionally raising the bar, and not everyone wants to rise with it. 6. You're not playing the social game. Let's be honest. Most people survive socially by blending in. They exaggerate reactions, they fake agreement, they dilute their personality to fit the room. If you don't do that, you stand out. And standing out makes people nervous. You remind them that authenticity is a choice, and they didn't choose it. So instead of questioning their own compromise, they question you. 7. Familiarity breeds comfort. Difference breeds resistance. People tend to like those who feel familiar. Same humor, same values, same lifestyle. If your worldview, habits, or mindset differs, some people won't try to understand it. They'll reject it, not aggressively, not openly, but subtly, through distance, passive dislike, or unexplained hostility. This isn't hatred, it's psychological resistance to difference. 8. You're growing, and not everyone grows with you. Here's something no one warns you about. When you grow emotionally, mentally, or spiritually, some relationships will deteriorate without conflict. No argument, no closure, just tension. Why? Because growth changes dynamics. And people who benefited from the old version of you may resent the new one. Your boundaries feel like rejection. Your self-respect feels like distance. Your peace feels like superiority, but it's just evolution. 9. Sometimes people simply need a villain. Life feels overwhelming for many people, so they simplify it by assigning roles. Hero, victim, villain. And sometimes you get cast as the villain, not because you deserve it, but because it gives their story clarity. If they're struggling, someone else must be the problem, and you happen to be convenient. 10. The most important truth you need to hear. Here it is, plain and uncomfortable. Not everyone who dislikes you is wrong, but not everyone who dislikes you is right either. You don't need universal approval to be valid. You don't need to be liked to be worthy. And you definitely don't need to shrink yourself to be tolerated.